Becco here, and we have another series for you, Con Survivor Guide. And for this episode, our theme is going to be our first convention. So we're going to introduce ourselves and also give how long we've been cosplaying.
Okay, hi, I'm Courtney. I've been cosplaying since 2005.
I'm Nova. I've also been cosplaying since 2005.
I'm Dwight, and I've been cosplaying since 2004.
I'm Sylphstorm, and I have been cosplaying.
We're leaving it.
Since 2005.
I'm Story, and I've been cosplaying since 2009.
I'm Peachy, and I've been cosplaying since 2007.
First topic of the day is planning where to stay, what hotel, and talk about price and convenience. So if anybody wants to take that away.
My first hotel, I didn't actually have one. It was a day trip to this little tiny con. So, so if you're just driving there, make sure you know where to park, scope out the area on Google Maps or wherever you're using prior to the event, I'd say. And then after that, I went to Otakon, and that one had so many hotels, and I got one that actually had a shuttle service. So if you guys, I'm not sure if you guys had that experience, but I was very gifted of that.
Yeah, we've done Kineticon a few years now, and the shuttle service there is really great because even if you're staying at one of the hotels that's not the official con hotel, which I think we've always stayed at an not the official con hotel there, and they have a shuttle route, and it's a free shuttle. It comes pretty often, and it's a really convenient way to get yourself to and from the convention center when you have a giant hoop skirt or bustle or a giant wig or props, or it's really hot out. Since most cons are at the jet of summer, yeah.
Yeah, so for first convention, try and shoot for the actual con hotel. It's really competitive to try and get a room, so make sure you start early, and I guess that leads into like the when to book part, but like it's always easier on you, it's less stressful, especially if you have anxiety or anything. Like, it's really pro to do con hotel.
And I think you get like more out of the day.
Yeah,
Because you're not like leaving, and you don't have to like travel to go get like lunch. You just like go up to your hotel room.
So yeah, definitely for the first con, I would say splurge that little bit extra so you could stay at the con hotel.
Especially if you don't know the town either. You don't want to get lost your first day. So getting a hotel that's so far that you could get lost and regular people can see you without being comfortable with your cosplay yet. It's definitely I'm already in the midst of everything. I might as well be there, you know.
My first convention, I stayed at my sister and brother-in-law's house because it was not too far away. It was like we could drive to was it the Secaucus Convention Center?
That wasn't the first one.
It was the Meadowlands.
It's the Meadowlands Convention Center in Secaucus, yeah. And we could just drive there. So that first year we just slept over at their house. But it was like travel there, find parking, walk in. But it wasn't so bad at the Meadowlands. And then my second year was when you guys joined me.
Yeah, we stayed at a hotel like pretty far away.
We stayed at a hotel pretty far away.
It was a trip.
But it was like we were with my brother-in-law, my sister, who knew the con scene, so they could get us there safely, which was great because I was having anxiety attacks the entire fucking weekend because we were all still performing. So it's just like having not to worry about the traveling aspect is great. So I mean, like, I would say if you can, do the con hotel, but also for your first convention, don't shoot for like the giant conventions because you're more likely to get lost, and it's going to be far more expensive.
Yeah, like an Otakon and New York Comic Con, those are a lot more overwhelming, a lot more people, a lot more logistical planning goes into it than going to a smaller, more local convention that's a lot easier to manage. Just like where to go, where all the things are.
They're a lot more friendly at the smaller conventions, like the congoers. They're all there for the same reason.
You have a more community experience.
It's a community experience rather than.
Yeah, do the research because my first convention was Zentron Con in Pennsylvania, and we didn't really. Back then, the computer system wasn't really up there, so it turned out to be in an old church behind like a horrible den. So, so my mom didn't want to let us in at first, but it was a great convention. It was the inside that had the broken windows on the outside, so it was really great. But definitely do the research now that you have technology at your fingertips.
Yeah, technology is improved.
Yeah, so you
Back in our
can see,
day.
you can see if next door is that crack den you don't want to go to, you know, just in case.
Or you do.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Who
your
knows?
preference.
We're not going to judge you. Whatever you want to do with your weekend. But I think we're all in agreement for your first convention. Shoot for a local one, either local to you or maybe you're going somewhere out of state, but a smaller size, more of a community kind of thing, maybe in one hotel.
One that's only been there for about 1 to 3 years.
Yeah, try to pick something in that range, and also for a hotel, I think the consensus is try to stay in the official con hotel. It's a lot easier, it's more convenient, it might be a little more money, but it'll save you a lot of stress. But if you can't find an official con hotel, it's already booked, or you just can't make it work with the price, there are good options, like the ones that are not the official hotels. Sometimes they have the shuttle system, like we were talking about, or, you know, something like that.
In the suggestion, like, if you need anything section, if they don't have a refrigerator, you can actually ask for one, and some hotels will put it in for you. So if you know you're going to be going out a lot and having leftovers or bringing your own food, ask for that little extra, and most of the time they'll give it to you.
Also, if you are diabetic, definitely ask for a refrigerator. They have to give one to you. You just have to write it in there that you are diabetic.
Definitely.
Yeah, so hotels have a lot. I mean, everything from if you forget toothpaste, they probably have it. If you ask, they will probably bring it to you. Hotels are very accommodating, and they have more stocked than you might think. It's more than just extra pillows and towels, so if you need something or you decide you want something, maybe it's not a necessity, but see if they have it, or, oh, I forgot my toothpaste, why don't I see if they have some at the hotel instead of trying to go buy it somewhere. It's worth a call down to the lobby because hotels will accommodate you if they can. Official con hotel? Yes?
Yes.
You're in agreement? Alright.
Okay, so like when to stay? Like, do you get there early on Thursday? Do you just like roll in on Friday?
Yeah, we've done both.
Yeah,
we've done a lot.
We've done a variety.
For first con, what did we generally do? It was usually what, like Friday to Sunday?
Yeah.
We felt.
Mm-hmm.
When I remember for at least my first couple of conventions, I would arrive in the afternoon on Friday and then stay until about noon to 2 o'clock on Sunday and then drive off into the sunset.
Yeah.
Now as a fully functioning adult and hardcore convention goer, I try to get there on Thursdays to pick up badges, if you pre-reg, and that way you can also, you wake up in the morning and you just roll out of bed, get into cosplay, go out and do the con stuff, and you have the full weekend of convention, even if you don't stay the entire day on Sunday.
Yeah, I think if you're planning on having a cosplay for like Friday that requires a lot of getting ready, probably go for a Thursday night arrive, and then this way you're not rushing to pack everything up and then get to the convention, find parking, check in, which might not also be ready for you to check in. So yeah, definitely think about time.
Yeah, I agree. The first Otakon I ever went to, which was the biggest one for me, I didn't pre-reg, and I got there in the line, and I was like, whoa, okay, it's 3 blocks around. I should probably go to it. Yeah, I should probably pre-reg next year.
Programming is usually, on Fridays, is usually more full than it is on Sundays as well.
Yeah.
Sunday
Yeah.
programming usually stops at about 5. Friday programming goes like for
All
most
night,
all
yeah.
night long
Yeah.
into the
Until
next day.
Sunday.
It just
Yeah.
continues.
When to book is always a fun game to play.
Well, I would say for the convention hotel, usually as early as possible. As soon as you know you're going to that convention,
Like as
you
soon as
wanna.
they announce the dates.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're like, oh, dates released. Let me go book that hotel because it's gonna book up so fast.
Some conventions also have that weird, have that weird thing where we just had to go through it for Gen Con, where right after the passes go on sale, you wait a week, and then you get put into a lottery, and then you have to type your number in and see if you get like a good time, and then at that time, that's when you try to get your number in, and those hotels are only the ones available to you.
It's like Hamilton.
It is. It's a lottery. It's basically, I felt like I was going to get stoned at the end if I didn't. And it was silly. Dwight actually had, I mean, Yeah,
Yeah,
Dwight had 15 minutes, and because of her, we got like the closest hotel, the one connected.
Nice.
But 5 seconds later, my friend who had 20 minutes, well, 5 minutes, I guess, he got the one at the hotel 30 minutes away. So it was right next to
That's
and
tough.
30 minutes away. So
Yeah.
definitely look into the convention rules and see what their policies are, especially like we said, official hotels, because they might have a weird tick
Oh,
like
I just
Gen
thought
Con.
of a thing.
They-
Also, with convention hotels, discounts.
Yeah.
They always
Save that money.
They always have a code, usually, and it's, I don't know how much of a difference it is from regular price, but it is a cheaper price per night. I know also on the websites for cons they have, it's not only just the con hotel, it's also ones nearby. So always check the con website first.
And you can cancel your hotel. Usually up until like 24
Oh,
hours.
Yeah,
48
most
hours.
hotels have that.
So if you change your mind on like going to the convention, you can always just cancel the hotel.
You also want to make sure that you confirm that all your hotel booking stuff has gone through, because there is like certain things which like you did it online and then it didn't somehow for some reason go
Technology's faulty.
through with the actual hotel, or the thing that happens with Katsucon every single year and the entire hotel is double booked. And you know,
They're so good.
That's fun.
They're so good.
that's not a great thing.
I don't
Stay with strangers, make more friends.
remember to budget out parking, because
Oh,
I
yeah.
feel like everybody forgets that, and it's
We do, yeah.
it's especially if it's in a city, it's going to be $20 plus per day, and at least put that in your, even if you don't know, and if you think you're going to get like one of those ones or valet parking, some places have that, just make sure to have that budgeted in and make sure everybody is aware of that.
Parking at the hotel.
Is free. I mean, if it's free, then give
Sometimes
them a
it is.
handshake when you walk in. But if not, then budget it in. Definitely.
Yes, yeah, it's an extra cost that you don't want to be surprised by at the end of the weekend.
An extra $100 that you don't want to be like, oh shit,
Yeah.
my rent.
I spent all my money on Pocky! Oh, I would also say, in terms of when to book your hotel, follow the convention on social media.
Yes,
if you
that's social
can.
media.
Most of them have at least a Facebook page at this point. I would follow them. It's worth it because they will usually, at least the conventions I've gone to, it seems that they're pretty good about making a Facebook post or tweeting when the con dates have been announced for the next year, or the hotels have been announced, the official hotel, or registration's up, you know, the first early bird pricing.
I was actually going to bring that up. That
So definitely,
Yes.
yeah, if you can get on there, follow them on Twitter, Facebook, whatever they have, that can give you a leg up too. If you start paying attention right after a 2016 convention for the 2017 dates.
because booking, not just hotel booking, but registration, always has specific dates. There's like usually 3 specific dates, and as the year goes on, they get more expensive by like $10 or something. So always check the con website for registration information, because you do not want to miss the cheapest price possible.
I mean, certain ones won't follow that, like Otakon, it's a membership,
Yeah.
so it's the same price, and they raised that up, and hell no, honey.
That's where I draw the line.
And then yeah, New York Comic Con.
Let's not.
So yeah, pricing is definitely a huge thing. Like we said before, the small cons, you're not going to pay as much, especially on the badge itself, and you get the whole weekend. When some badges, if they run out of the 3-day badges, you're paying individually a lot of money. So try to get the 3-day badges, I'd say.
And another thing to remember about like hotels, like you have to be 21 to check in. So if you're like a baby and you're like 18, make sure you have like
An adult,
Yeah,
an
an
older
adult.
adult.
An adultier adult.
An
Yeah.
older adult.
Even if you have to trick them or give them pamphlets to the things nearby, like attractions, to get them to take you, that's great. Just, you know, think of them to be a little considerate, because they're either coming with you or they're going to be in that town for a very long time. So just
Yeah,
be 21.
you need to have an adult that is at least 21 or older. Also, if you know, like, if you have
Sorry, you can
family,
There you go.
if you have a family.
like
If you have
if you have family members or like friends who are close to the family who do like convention things. Those are the people to ask. I would not suggest making friends with random older people at the convention and trying to get into their hotel room because that's not cool, that's not kosher, that's not safe.
It's just little things you might not think about, and then you might show up at the hotel and, oh, I don't have my ID on me, or, oh, I didn't realize I had to be 18 or 21 to check in, and now I'm here at the desk, you know.
21 to check in.
That
makes sense. Really weird. Like
so that's like, you know, whatever hotel you're staying in, just make sure you know those things going in, because you don't want to be standing in the lobby, especially if you're going somewhere out of state and they say you can't check in, you need someone 21, we need an ID, so just make sure you have those things.
I'm gonna jump off that really quickly because this has happened to us before, if you book a hotel, make sure if it's a debit card or a credit card, you have the amount of money that you are going to give to the hotel in that account. Otherwise, you cannot check in. Because even if you have the money on hand, you can also, I mean, if you have cash, you can pay with cash too. Like,
Con sugar mama.
Always have a con sugar mama.
Yes.
That's
Or
your
sugar
sugar daddy.
Important.
Yes.
And not making ramen with a coffee maker while there's a coffee filter still in it.